trying to do something new and see if I can go live from just uh, dialogue and some information that I've pulled together. So let's get this started. $8 million for a 30-second spot. That's right. You know what that is? That is a Super Bowl ad. Everyone loves a good Super Bowl ad. And this year, brands are spending between 8 million to 6. Brands are spending between 8 million to almost $10 million for a 60-second spot. That's right. That is premium placement. That's also culture on display because we know that a lot of these ads feature everyone and everything. But it's also about sharing stories, being funny, being light. I want to know if that kind of investment means that every face and every role and every story is truly intentional. And you know where I'm going with that? I'm talking age inclusivity. Even people who say they hate commercials suddenly love the Super Bowl commercials. They rank them, they rank their favorites, they are opinionated about them, they rewatch them, they debate them, and they text about them. Oh, and also it's water cooler talk, right? That's how much we love our Super Bowl ads. These ads are what I consider to be cultural moments more often than not. And when these brands spend millions upon millions for one 30-second spot, every face, every role, every story is intentional because of the fact that they have dipped into their coffers to spend millions upon millions of dollars to tell their own brand story, which means Super Bowl ads are one of the clearest windows we have on what and who culture is today, what matters today, what we're talking about, who is at the forefront of cultural trends, all of the things. That's what really a Super Bowl ad stands for. So, before we jump in to talk about cultural moments, the Super Bowl, all of the things, I have created a bingo card. That's right. I've put together a Super Bowl ad bingo card for the big game. So on Sunday, I want you, and I'm going to post it below after this segment. I want you to take a moment and notice some of the things that might be happening inside of all of the wonderful ads that are happening. I want you. Hi, Just Drew Games, and I don't know who. I think I've got some bots flying in here. So I want you to play along while watching. I want you to start noticing things that you can't unsee once you see them. How are we being seen as humans over a certain age? Did we show up in the ads? Did we show up? Are we having fun or are we being made fun of? I want us to really think about the Super Bowl ads and see where these cultural moments will stand. And again, I will share the bingo card at the very end. So, Super Bowl ads, they are cultural snapshots of what is happening today, what's trending, what's the now, who are we talking about, all the things. They are more often than not showing different ages, different industries, different beliefs, different politics. Those are the people that are watching traditionally these ads. We have no differences. We, regardless of ages, of industries, of politics, of beliefs, of all the things, that is the one moment in time that the world is watching and enjoying the Super Bowl, all watching at the same time worldwide. So these ads are not just selling products, they are signaling values. They are signaling what we are into today. They are saying, this is who we recognize. This is who we recognize as relevant, what feels now, what is modern, what is happening today. This is who we trust to carry our brand story. So the question is, are they trusting humans over 40, 50, 60 plus? Are they trusting who we are and how we can tell their stories as 40 plusers, as 50 plusers, as 60 plusers? Because listen, boomers, Gen X, and Gen Y, we matter today. But are we showing up as we did last year in the Super Bowl ads? So let's clear something up. Here is something really important because it matters. It's no longer true that seasoned adults are missing from the Super Bowl ads. It was evident last year when probably roughly 50%, if not more, of the ads actually showcased us. They showcased Cher. They showcased J-Lo. It was people fighting for beers over tennis. May she rest in peace. It was we were selling Uber Eats. That was Cher. I mean, we were selling donuts. The Boston Boys were selling donuts. So listen, we were heard last year. And that's great that we didn't show up as punchlines last year and not as throwbacks or old school and all of the things. We were whooping it up on girls' trips. We were making a splash again with Uber Eats, eating Dunkin' Donuts. We were driving Fords. I'm sorry. Harrison Ford was not driving a Ford. He was driving a Jeep. Right, with his pooch. So those brands showed us as choosing, as existing, and as I like to say, living life agefully. To me, that's progress. That's real progress that's happening. Although I know we are still going unseen in other ways, and we're going to talk about that. Just the other day, I did a poll on LinkedIn, and I asked, what's the first thing fueling the rise in age recognition and ageism inside of that platform? Because there are a lot of conversations happening on LinkedIn. 42% who took the poll, 42% of them said they are done playing quietly. They are done hiding their age. They are simply done. So my question is, are people over 40 becoming more visible? Are we becoming more visible? And how will we continue to be seen without all the stereotypes and all of it? Because to me, we are becoming more visible. We're sharing ourselves more. We're showing up. Who cares if we have the wrinkles or not? We are showing up, but we're going unseen, undervalued, untapped in workplaces and in society and in households, being seen as, oh, you're too old. Okay, boomer, all the things. So we're being visible today, but there are still few things that are happening behind the scenes and or in front of the scenes. So as I'm talking about the Super Bowl ads and the bingo card that, again, you'll be able to get when this is all done, I'll drop it into the comment section. Let's see if we are being seen, because visibility ultimately is a very tricky thing. You can be seen in an ad, sure, and tell the story, but are we being seen as the lead? You can be there without being the one making the decision at times. You can be there and be the one that's being made fun of. So you can be there in other instances, unlike those brands that I spoke of earlier, and still be the brunt of jokes. So visibility is a tricky thing. Experience is being normalized, but not always listened to. We are not being hired still. We are not being seen as needed. We are not being seen as the authoritarians in our workplaces and everywhere in between. People over 45 are shown as relatable, but not always positioned as decision makers and or those that you want on your team, that you want inside of your corporation, that you want to hire this entrepreneur because they have the wealth of experience, but you're not doing that. Not you, but folks sometimes say they're not doing that because of age. They think we're outdated. We don't know tech. We don't like tech, all of the things, all the stereotypes. So that looks like, for me, becoming normalized looks like not just getting the interview, but it's landing the offer. It is getting the offer, and the offer that says equity because of our value that we bring. It looks like being brought into the pitch and getting chosen as the lead. Visibility going seen says it looks like clients that are loving your energy and are not hesitating and closing the deal with you. With you, that may be the boomer, the Gen X, or the Gen Y millennials, right? What's really sad is, and what we'll probably see in some of these ads, is aging men are often framed as confident, as current, as cool, and I will say it, as sexy, the sexy gray fox with that beautiful head of hair. They are seen as that. Oh, but if you put a woman, you flip the script, and it's a woman that has the gray hair. If it's the woman that is in front of you or wanting to lead, but we're being seen as less confident, less current, less everything, sadly. And I'm not saying this is in every instance. Please get that. I am not poo-pooing on 100% of what's happening in the world, because I know many, again, are starting to get us, like those brands that I mentioned. But it's too bad that women are not seen as that at times at this time in life. So curious, again, will the Super Bowl ads show us, after spending millions upon millions, will they invest in who we are? Because as I say time and time again, by the way, 1 in 3 people in America are over 50. And in 4 years, 1 in 5 will be over 65. So are they observing and taking us in as not a cultural trend, but those that are trendsetters? Is that who the brands will say? Because what culture is getting right today is that culture is clearly more comfortable with age as it used to be. Wrinkles are not hidden. Grays are going seen, even if it's just a little peek of it. It's not a joke anymore to have your gray hair. Midlife is being sort of silently rebranded. Midlife is now not being treated as a decline in most cases. There is a big shift happening in culture today. We still have a long way to go. Pardon my 5-pound pooch. Riley, you want to be a part of the show? Is that what's happening? Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Okay, well, she's saying hi to the neighbors. But culture is mirroring what we are seeing in life today. Longer careers, the longevity economy is now $1 trillion industry. Multiple chapters. Heck, you have people that have portfolio careers. That means they are diving into and making money in several different ways. Their revenue streams are coming from different areas. That is a portfolio career. We are building, changing, learning, leading well into the second half. So will that be seen this Sunday in Super Bowl ads? Will they be reflecting the reality that is in my world, the reality that is in your world today, if you happen to be a 40, 50, 60 pluser? So what is culture hesitant about today? Being hired and not just interviewed, being chosen as the lead on a project, but not added as support instead. It's all the things that I spoke about. I'm not even going to restate those things that I say culture kind of is walking the line on, and in age bias and age inclusivity. But basically, what I am trying to say here today is, when we talk about the Super Bowl ads, will they again include us? So my point of view is, this is not really about the Super Bowl commercials. This is rather if there is truly a continued cultural shift happening inside of those ads. It's about what happens in this time in life, our experiences, and are we being seen as useful? Are we being seen for all of the having fun with our girlfriends on girls' trips? Yeah, fighting for beers over a good tennis game. Is that how we will be seen in the ad today? Because being seen is one thing, but being trusted as a leader, as a trendsetter, as someone who has been there, done that, and obviously made the mistakes and continued on and made, found the solutions from those mistakes. But the gap of frustration lives between being unseen and seen. So, what is happening? Culture has to continue to move forward, has to begin to not just see us as visible, but see us, see our power and what we bring without explanation. Who gets framed as current versus comforting? Who's leading the story versus just writing the story? It's all those things. So I just wanted to say, let's see what happens. Will the world stage see us as the human beings that we deserve to be seen as? Will the brands, will the Jeeps, the Uber Eats, the Dunkin' Donuts, all of the other brands that were showcasing us last year, will that trend continue? That's what I want to know, because that is where the real work not only has begun, but continues today. So that is the conversation we're having, is culture, life, living agefully, and all the things. I want to thank you for joining me here today on the House of Millescence. You'll be able to get your bingo card momentarily inside of the comment section. And I want you to remember that life is beautiful. If you woke up today, which you did because you're watching, that is an absolute privilege that you opened your eyes today. And do not let anybody tell you your age is anything else but a beautiful time in life, regardless. Because every day is just a day. It's a song on the soundtrack that you are curating and that you have been curating. It's your 80s mixtape or your CDs mixtape from the 90s. All right. I want to thank you for joining me here on the House of Millescence today. And for those of you that are here, I'm trying something new by going live, having a little bit of a script, and just trying to do my thing and see how it goes versus pre-recording these and then doing all the editing. So we'll see. I might just edit some of this, but thank you for joining me today, and have a beautiful day. Live your life in full color. Bye.